Hey, welcome to the Toolshed, brought to you by Schedule Engine and our good friends at Emerson. Hey, good morning, Eddie. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, Gerald. It is a great day here in the Toolshed. How are you?
Good, man. We have a special guest today. I'm
Big
super
day.
excited.
Big day.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to recap what we did for the whole week. Today's we're going to do our fourth principle.
Yep.
And so we're going to recap. Like Monday, we talked about Marlin's Law.
Telling the truth. Yep.
And being truthful. And we talked about Tuesday, we talked about system thinking.
Winners have systems.
Got to have a plan.
Gotta have a plan.
What did we talk about yesterday?
Jerry's ability to draw a circle was a big topic.
That was a big deal. The camera made my circle like
explains the shape of your face.
We talked about sharing information yesterday, and we're going to tie that into today's episode. And so, Eddie, who's coming on the show today?
Well, it's I'm not going to say it until we introduce them.
Okay.
Let's introduce them. Today, it's all about customers' choice. So, this week, it's been all about the principles. And if you don't do anything else, but you act out these principles, these are the North Stars. If you don't know what to do, fall back on one of these principles, you'll be golden. Next week, as promised, we're going to get into Monday will be all about how you get ready, not just for a great call, but for a great day and a great career. Tuesday, we'll be talking about how you set up calls by saying hello, setting the agenda, all those cool stuff, and then we'll see what Wednesday brings.
It's going to be the jam next week.
It's going to be
so good. Y'all are going to love it.
I'll be here. So, couple of things. Thanks for the comments on Facebook yesterday. We're going to go ahead and Laura, Eliza, if one of you guys could pick a commenter from the thread yesterday, we're going to give away some swag. Big question on my mind: should we start a merch store?
Hey, let's yeah.
I don't know. You tell us. It'll be cool. Or it won't. We'll find out. One thing for sure is they'll let us know. All right. So let's jump to it. We have a special guest coming from us, and I owe this guy a huge favor because it is early o'clock where he is. In the annals of HVAC history, there was Willis Carrier, and then somewhere right next to that is our next guest. I don't think I'm overselling it. Let's bring him up. Let's say a warm Toolshed welcome to Mike Mabry, better known as HVAC Reefer Guy, all the way from the other coast. Good morning, Mike. How are you? Yeah, if the special guest isn't there, you'll do. Hey, let's introduce you. You want to say hi and give tell people what you've been doing for the last 20 years in the trades.
Yeah, so it is early. It's 4 o'clock here in Phoenix, Arizona, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I'm privileged to be here, and thank you for having me on. For the last 35 years in the trade, actually 20 plus, has been managing. I've been service managing multiple companies, and came to Phoenix about 5.5 years ago, where now I'm actually in sales and safety.
Right on.
So I do the safety, and I mostly do maintenance sales and project sales. Not too much wrenching anymore, but I do get out with the tool bags. And then before that, 16 years before that, I worked as a service tech. So
I love it.
A lot of experience. Yeah, refrigeration, industrial refrigeration, cascade systems. I worked at a hospital, and we used to do minus 80-degree freezers. Lots of stuff. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, listen. One of the ways we connected, you have a great Instagram page, which is surprisingly active hub for the trades. I know you have 36,000 followers, and every day you're highlighting different people, different tools, different technology, a different history of the trades. And it's something I've come to love. You and I have connected a few times over the last years, and we're glad you're here. You had mentioned safety. Why don't we jump right in? And if I was a new person or newer to the trade, what is the top 3 things safety-wise you would tell someone to stay safe?
Well, a lot about is ladder safety. We talk about how to move in and out around a van, especially pulling a ladder off of a van. That's going to be the biggest thing for us. We do commercial. So a lot of commercial work, you're putting a ladder up against a building. So it's really, really important. And one of the things we talk about in ladder safety is how you place your ladder. So you're going to take your ladder off your truck, off your van. You're going to put it up against the building. But when you put it up against the building of the home, you're going to want to look at the foundation it's sitting on. So no sand, no rock, no gravel, nothing that's going to allow the rubber feet on the bottom of the ladder to slide off. That's one of the first things we're going to talk about. The second thing is really, as I'm going to go back, is when we take the ladder off the van or off the truck. So make sure that you're ergonomically correct. You're not straining yourself. You know, if it's a really big ladder, come get some help. So really, you know, make sure that you're doing pretty well with getting the ladder off the truck. So you've got a ladder off the truck. You've got it up against the building. You're ready to go. Make sure that you climb it with all your hands and legs. You know, don't go up one-handed. Don't go up to one leg.
So true. I mean,
I've seen guys do some crazy stuff. So just make sure that you're operating the ladder safely. You have all your 3 points of contact. You're going to be good to go.
Mike, I appreciate the passion you have for the trade. And more importantly, I know every Friday you post about staying safe. You've got passion for making the trade great. We're going to have you in each week. You can share. Maybe we'll do a video so you don't have to get up at 4 in the morning. But you're going to keep us safe here at the Toolshed. I appreciate it. There's tons of injuries. Listen, we make our living with a healthy body and a healthy mind, and so I appreciate you taking time out this morning, because I've seen too many guys with rotator cuff injuries or back injuries from manhandling heavy weights. So I appreciate you coming in. Where can people find you, Mike?
Well, you can find me in multiple places. Everything follows the HVAC Reefer Guy logo, what was down on the bottom of the screen. You can Google me. You can find me on Apple iTunes. I've got a podcast channel. We have two Facebook pages. We've got a YouTube page, which is mostly American history. So if you're into the Old West and American history, you can go to the YouTube channel. We do have a lot of tool reviews too, so we sprinkle it up. And then on Instagram as well.
And of course, here at the Toolshed. Hey, Mike, thank you very much. I know you're headed to the gym, so thanks for taking time out your morning. And we'll speak to you next week.
Safe. Tell them, work safe, be safe.
Work safe, be safe.
Got it. All right. Thanks. Possibly the second safest man in all of HVAC, Jerry Rollins. Do you always work safe?
No, I do not. Have you ever fallen through like a ceiling, like a customer ceiling?
I don't know where you heard that. No, I haven't actually. No.
Really?
With you?
Oh, one time.
Oh, we're going to talk about that another day.
It's a funny story. It happened on a Saturday morning. It's pretty good. We'll share it with y'all one morning.
All right. The story of the day. Yesterday, you circle. You were going out to your van, and you were going to come back. Do you want to just pick up from there? What are we talking about today?
Yeah, yesterday we talked about the circle of trust and how you should tell people not just the bad news, but some good news too. I checked this, I looked at this, here's what your air conditioner looked like before I cleaned it and after I cleaned it. There's a couple of things that we need to address, and I'm gonna go out to my van, I'm gonna put together some solutions to your problem, right? And when we came back in, when we come back in, it's as simple as this, Eddie. What we see too often is technicians that only give a customer one price.
Oh, that's it. That's no choice.
It's $420. Do you want to go ahead and do it? Yes or no?
Yes.
And that's really painful for that customer. So what we're suggesting is having several different solutions to that problem.
Okay.
And then when you deliver that you can say something like this.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Hey, let me change hats. I'm going to put on my Howler hat today, and I'm going to play like I'm Matt Weitzel from Howler. Hey, I'm Matt, and I got some good solutions for you today. And before we go over these options, I want to remind you that we've been in business for 40 years.
Right on.
We have 5 locations to serve you. I've been at Howler for a long time, and so I appreciate you calling us. You could have called anybody. Now, I got 3 options for you.
Okay.
And I can do as much or as little of these as you want today.
Okay.
Just let me know which one's best for you.
I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure. Jerry, what would you do?
Well, Eddie, they're all good options. Like, which one are you leaning toward?
I'm probably leaning toward. I'll be honest. That bottom one, that's a lot more money than I was expecting to spend. Can we do the middle one?
Sure. You want me to go ahead and get started on that one?
Can you do that today?
Fantastic.
Awesome. So why don't you quickly recap?
I'm Matt Weitzel, and I got good options. I got good options for you. You can do as much or as little as you want. And I want to remind you I can get started on them today.
Okay. So you're going to give me the options. You've got 3 here. As the customer, you're going to let me take some time. You're not going to say anything, which is the most important thing, right? You're not doing it now. Okay. Jerry, I don't want to spend this much money. That's a lot of money. And I don't want to see you back here next week. So can we just do the middle one? Is that a good option, Jerry?
That's a good option. They're all good options. Are you want me to go ahead and get started on the middle one?
If you could do that, that would be great.
Okay.
Cool. So as we unpack that here, we'll try and unpack all the relevant points. Here's the big takeaway. You know, silence is your friend. Technicians love to help people, and we love to learn and give information. And so when we get with a customer and we give them something and they don't immediately jump in and be like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. Can I please have all 3? We think that's because they don't know enough. Well, really, we've spent the last 5, 10, 15 years in the trades getting to know all this stuff. We know all this stuff, and we just gave someone it, and they have to take that time to process. Even the quick thinkers, even if they understand the technical, they're thinking, well, if I spend this money here, am I going to spend it here? They might be thinking, oh my goodness, what's my significant other going to say? Where am I going to come up with the money? How does this affect our trip to Disney World? There's lots of things going through there, and that's assuming they're actually thinking about what you gave them, right? So customers have a lot going on. It's not bad, but it's our job to give the customers time to think. Don't attempt to rescue them because that's not necessarily helpful. The general rule is, if they've got a question, what do they do, Jerry?
Well, they're going to ask you the question.
That's it.
And then we're going to ping that back to them. Just think about this. Like we talked about Marlin's Law, telling the truth. And then we talked about sharing information. Or we talked about discovering facts. And then we talked about sharing information. And once you share that information, let them process that.
The number
Silence
one,
is golden.
Silence is your friend, and it gets stepped on all the time by technicians trying to be helpful. Simple tip. Yesterday you gave some great task for the day. What's today's task of the day?
Today's task is let the customer choose, and don't tell them which option they should choose. Let them choose. It's their choice. Like when you give them their option and you start talking, you don't talk them into it, you talk them out of it.
Oh, that's gold, Jerry. That's gold. All right, so the task of the day is to share solutions, regardless of what you feel. Just share the solutions, be quiet, let the customers choose. If they've got questions, answer it. Do it on every single call. And as always, Jerry and I will be in the Facebook groups, probably explaining what you couldn't hear earlier, but that's fine. It is live. Welcome to, back to the Toolshed. We made it through a whole week. I almost said without an issue, but that's week 1 for you folks. Next week, big week, we're going to go through the system in detail. Be sure to join us. As always, thank you to the team at Schedule Engine for providing the Toolshed and our great friends at Emerson. We appreciate all the support and support the local trades today, folks. Jerry?
Hey, be good out there so you can do good out there. Have a great day. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you.